88.3, the best community old school classic. I told you earlier this morning, 90% of what we read, listen to, somebody is dictating.
You know what they're doing?
When you go ahead. When they mention when they the pushing man.
They the pushing man.
Okay, well somebody pushing something. I wonder what they pushing. They pushing degradation, demoralization.
Oh, you got me on the degradation.
Ignorance, huh? Because we didn't know W.E.B. Du Bois.
But we know Real Housewives.
But we know there's other stuff, huh? So they not teaching us what we need to know. Not even in school. You know, there's a difference in teaching somebody what to think as opposed to how to think. We go home, we read, we study. That's what it's all about.
Well, you know what? I know we talked about
You
this.
read and study with your family at home?
Not really. I mean, I'm just being honest. I mean,
have you ever had a
well, hold on, take
Black
that back.
History Night?
Hold on. We did study, cause we always doing classwork on Sunday. That's right. I count that.
You ever heard a Black History Night? Not classwork, cause see, classwork you still in that framework of somebody.
Yeah, what they telling
you.
You know what, and that you know what you need. You know what, that makes sense, and that's what you know what. And I'm going to implement that.
Have you ever just sat down and just reflected on your own biological parents and where they come from and who daddy, who and why Mama Sue married Uncle Jack in 1832 and they had children in 1841.
But you know what? Back in the day, my grandmother had what you call a family Bible. They don't have those anymore. Remember the family Bible? You have all the generations. It was a big, huge, beautiful.
Most people not even doing family reunions, or they'll branch off. You know, they have what you call splinter groups. You know, because certain groups don't deal with other
get
groups,
along,
and on and on. But how far back can you call your grandparents? Can you go to your grandparents, grandparents too? How many generations can you go, CJ? Get on the microphone. Real quick.
I mean, I don't think, as far as I can go back is my great grandma. Okay. That's as far as I can go back.
Okay. What's her husband name?
Don't know neither of the husbands. I don't.
Most daddy got to get to work. Come on,
but the whole point is I can't go to my dad. I don't know who the hell my daddy is.
Oh, stop.
Sad. So you know I can't even go back to mine. I know my grandfather was Christopher Columbus Rapley.
Christopher Columbus
Rapley.
Okay.
But if you go deep, back deeper than that, but then that's not my grandfather, and my grandmother's not my grandmother because my mom was left on the step. Okay. So now how do we go back and find generations? Okay. And you got several families.
So actually, I just you're really not a Rapley.
Really not a Rapley.